Hello, welcome to Composer's Voice. We have a really special artist that I'm really excited to feature. I've been working with her for a very, very long time now. But yeah, let me bring on.
Yeah, so my name's Kristen Mather de Andrade. I'm a clarinetist and vocalist in New York. I love playing all kinds of different music, and I have been spending my time doing that in the past 15 years that I've lived here. Yeah, I think it kind of thinking, I'm like wondering how long ago I met you. It's been some time, and I have to say I really enjoyed like the experience through, your projects of working with composers and getting to work on new music. So thanks.
Oh, my pleasure.
But in the past few years, I've really been, thinking about those early memories of what made me feel inspired and, excited me about being in music. And so I've been kind of branching out and trying different things. So I think that in the concert that we recorded together, I played some Brazilian music. Two pieces actually are new choros, which is a style of Brazilian music, both written by American composers, so that's kind of fun and interesting. I sang a Brazilian song, which it's one of my favorites. I was glad to finally get a chance to record that. And I sang a song written by a friend of mine and Roberta Flack's most popular album, probably the one with Killing Me Softly. And it was a song that I don't think it was as popular as the other songs on that album, but to me, it's kind of spoke to me over the pandemic with some of the lyrics, which were kind of about um, letting peace into your heart. So I really do like things where you can broaden the way that you're expressing yourself, through new music, for instance. I feel like that's a really great chance to play something that no one's played before and dig into it without any preconceptions. And I've always loved singing. I love music that I can connect with any audience, and I had found over time that adding a few vocals into concerts or sets I was doing, it was a new way for me to connect with people and a new way for me to express myself. And I think in some ways it's more relatable than instrumental music for just like a novice listener, because we all can sing, we all can feel something when we listen to certain lyrics, and that isn't always true for instrumental music. Even though I think instrumental music is beautiful and inspiring, I think adding that extra element of the voice and the lyrics is something that appeals to more people.
You know what? How about first we talk about the musicians that are on the tracks?
Yeah, this was actually fun for me because I brought together a group that we hadn't played together before, and I'd played with them in different ways, and so it was fun to kind of bring different parts of my life together for this project. So on drums is a colleague of mine from West Point band, Rone Sparrow. And then on double bass is my friend Eduardo Belo, who's helping me produce my next Brazilian music album. He's from Brazil, from the capital of Brazil, Brasilia. And then a new friend on accordion, Ben Rosenblum, who had played a lot with Eduardo, and he was like, you're gonna really like him, so why don't we bring him into this as well? So it was a fun way to get to know some new people through this experience, and bringing people together that hadn't played together before. One of the vocals, Conversation Love, is the one that I had spoken about. It was on Roberta Flack's album, and the music was written by Terry Plumeri, who was an electric bass player in her band. Or actually, I'm sorry, I think the year that she toured with that band, she toured with two bassists, one electric bass and one acoustic bass, and I believe he was the acoustic bass player. And a fabulous composer, by the way. He passed away too soon, Any new music lovers out there, you should check out his work. Some beautiful pieces with that he recorded with the Moscow Philharmonic. A very eclectic background. You won't be disappointed if you look him up.
Reflections to the wind where they belong. Surprising things will rise to the top, and painted dreams flow. All of the pain has to go, and find its space, for love will come and take its place. Full time illusions always hurt you in the end, and haunting ghosts can replay their parts to keep tender smiles down. Don't let them turn you around. The answer's clear. Your peace has always been right here. Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so? And that this longing for you follows wherever I go. In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Night and day, night and day, under the height of me. And there's an oh, such a hungry yearning burning inside of me. But this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night. Night There's an such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, but the torments won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night and day.
I sang another song in Portuguese, which was, oh my goodness, Água de Minha Sede, which means water for my thirst. It doesn't have necessarily like a literal meaning. The song is very poetic and made famous by the singer Roberta Sá. She's a young Brazilian singer, and also written by Dudu Nobre and Roque Ferreira. And my first album, I recorded 4 songs by Roque Ferreira that were the first recordings. So I had really been admiring his music, and I'd gotten into, his lyrics and his music through this song, Água de Minha Sede. It's a beautiful tune and really fun to listen to.
Eu preciso do seu amor, paixão forte me domina. Agora que começou, não sei mais como termina. Água da minha sede, bebo na sua fonte. Sou peixe na sua rede, pôr do sol no seu horizonte. Quando vocês sambou na roda, fiquei a fim de te namorar. O amor tem nessa história, se bate já quer entrar, se entra não quer sair, ninguém sabe explicar. O meu amor é passarinheiro, ele só quer passarinhar. Seu beijo é um sopão, seu braço é uma gaiola que prende meu coração, que nem moda de viola. Na candaia, fruto do seu amor me pegou. Sua renda me roldou. Foi a gira, foi com gira que me feitiçou. Apaixonado, preciso do seu amor. nada não quer sair, ninguém sabe explicar. O meu amor é passarinheiro, ele só quer passarinhar. Seu beijo é um alçapão, seu braço é uma gaiola que prende meu coração, que nem moda de viola.
Which leaves two instrumentals. The first one was by John Russell, who is somebody that I had met through a clarinet friend. He's a bass clarinetist in the bass clarinet duo Squonk. He's also an amazing composer, writes a lot for the bass clarinet, but other instruments as well. And he wrote this, I think we ended up calling it London Choro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was something that I actually had presented on a concert at the church you were talking about years ago. And it had only one performance, and I was like, this is a chance to not only perform it again, but get a little recording of it so John could hear it. So another great living composer to check out, Jonathan Russell.
And is the other one by Kit Mills?
Yeah,
Is that
so
right?
that one I think we ended up calling it Lembrança para Kristen. Lembrança is like a souvenir or like a memory type thing. But in this case, we're meaning it as a souvenir. So Kit, I also met through you, which is probably why I ended up thinking of these composers, because they were featured on concerts that I had performed. He had participated in a 15 Minutes of Fame, and he wrote a 1 minute piece. I'm not sure which clarinetist he wrote it for, but I ended up performing on a concert where I performed his 1 minute piece. And I've kept a relationship with Kid over the years, and every once in a while he'll send me like another little 1 minute piece. And in this case, he had sent this the Choro, Lembrança para Kristen. So I was really happy to get a chance to play another one of his pieces, and then to get a chance for him to hear it too.
Well, that's kind of part of the fun, right? I mean, you get introduced to all these great composers, and composers get to meet the wonderful musicians, and it's all about collaboration and making it happen, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Tell us a little bit about your album. So tell us about your album. It's out, right? Or is it? It's produced.
It's out. Yeah, I have like 2.5 albums out now.
Okay.
The first one being Clarão, which means like flash of light, and that came out last summer. And that's all Brazilian music produced by amazing pandeiro player Sergio Kokowski. And then last December, I put out an EP of Christmas music. And actually, that album has a new piece on it as well by Annie Pasqua. I had done a call for scores myself, and she ended up submitting this piece, Union Square, to that, which is on that EP. And then just a couple weeks ago, I released my second full-length album, As Bright as the Skies Are Blue, which is for your consideration in the Recording Academy, in case you're a voting member and listening to this right now. And that piece, there's a piece on there that I commissioned by the composer David Reeves for clarinet and percussion. And I was so pleased with how this piece turned out, because it is kind of scary when you're like, okay, like you're kind of committing to a project, and you're going to, you know, put some of your money into it, and you're not sure what it's going to be like. You like hope for the best. And I honestly, I was beyond thrilled at this piece. Like there's so many beautiful moments, and you know, sometimes you think about something like clarinet and percussion, and you might think, oh, is it going to be a little bit too abstract? Is it not going to be listenable? And I think this piece is like a wonderful combination of like really listenable music and like interesting as well.